Potential opponents for Francis Ngannou's next fight. After Tyson-Fury defeat, Francis Ngannou had arguably one of the greatest boxing debuts in history despite losing to Tyson. Fury, as the former UFC champion, is now a big player in the heavyweight division. Ngannou lost a split decision to heavyweight Arabia last weekend, but many fans and pundits scored the fight in favor of the Cameroonian. Fury had already signed a deal to fight Alexander Usyk before facing Ngannou, but the decision proved costly as their planned December 23rd date has now been delayed because of the damage he sustained in the Sea Arabia last weekend, but many fans and pundits scored the fight in favor of the Cameroonian. Fury had already signed a deal to fight Alexander Usyk before facing Ngannou, but the decision proved costly as their planned December 23rd date has now been delayed because of the damage he sustained in the Sea. The impressive performance Ngannou had against Fury has led to fans theorizing how the knockout artist would fare against other top heavyweights. Ngannou could either return to MMA for his next fight or make his second appearance in the ring. So let's look at some potential opponents for him. Tyson-Fury. One logical option for Ngannou is a rematch against Fury, given the controversial outcome of their fight. This is unlikely to take place because the Brit is contractually obligated to fight Usyk next, with their undisputed fight now expected to take place in February. UFC legend and MMA analyst Dan H. Rematch between Fury and Ngannou, but he wants to see it take place in a cage instead of a ring. If I was daydreaming, he would be fighting Tyson-Fury in MMA, Hardy told Mirror Fighting. Anthony Joshua. Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn is all in on a potential fight with Ngannou, even likening the bout to George Foreman vs. Muhammad Ali by billing it as Rumble in the Jungle Part 2. AJ labeled a potential fight against Ngannou as a gimmick earlier this year, but things have changed as Hearn has Ngannou's manager Markel Martin about making the fight. If Francis Ngannou beats Anthony Joshua, he should fight for the world heavyweight title into fights that where you're getting the credibility. Joshua against Ngannou is absolutely massive, to giants next to each other, and who knows what's. Take my money and I will show you what happens when Anthony Joshua fights Francis Ngannou, Hearn said on the MMA Hour. Deontay Wilder. Former heavyweight champion Wilder was one of the names that Ngannou was originally called out to serve as the opponent for his ring debut. Fans have been calling for a fight between the two knockout artists, and Wilder's coach Malik Scott revealed they already spoke with Ngannou's team just days after his loss to Fury. Ngannou claims Wilder has been training MMA in secret for the past few months, opening the door to a potential cage meeting between them. Nothing is set, but it's been coming to my attention. So that's something that makes sense. He's really serious about MMA. It's going to be a different beast for him, Ngannou said. John Jones. Ngannou vacated his UFC heavyweight title when he left the promotion at the beginning of the year, and Jones won the vacant belt by tapping out Cyril Gane just 3 months later. The two are undeniably the best MMA heavyweights on the planet, and fans were gutted they didn't get to see a fight between them in the UFC. It's unlikely Jones vs Ngannou can take place unless the UFC co-promote with PFL, something that has never happened before in the promotion's history. Jones signed a lengthy new deal before he won the heavyweight belt, so there is no chance of